Item 12 is the general manager / hydrologist report.
Okay. We were discussing that 8-inch transmission line in Bunkerville. I was stating earlier, hopefully we'll get that permit in the next day or two, or a few at the most. And then we'll have to schedule the pre-construction meeting with NDOT and the county, and hopefully we'll start actual construction there. Also check with the city with the possibility of doing background checks on the GM hire. They said they were willing to possibly do that. They're still going to get back to me on a cost of what that would be. Also, I just found out today that well 30 had some was vandalized in the last day or two. And so the fence was cut there, and some still items were removed. So we've mended the fence today, and we'll have to call Metro on that side. We'll do that first thing in the morning. And hopefully they can come out and do a report on that. And we're in the process of the review of, the interview process with the customer service position. We did some of those on Monday, and we'll do some more tomorrow. And that's going well. Let's check over my notes.
They did disassemble the Rebel Tower and take it away,
You want to put up a free sign on there?
60s on green.
If I was going to do any investigation, I might head up that way. Up there in Lincoln County, would you check on that, see if they got a tower up there in front of it?
We don't.
No?
Does 30 have cameras?
Probably not. I don't think so. On well 30, you said here a while back that maybe we could put a smaller pump in there and get some use out of that.
There is
We've
that
only got $9
possibility.
million invested in that well.
There's that possibility, and that's something that could be addressed, especially if that's a 20-inch case well, and if we just reduce the volume that it pumps, what's happening right now, it pumps sand, and so we'll just deteriorate any pump you put in there. If you pump at a higher volume, pump it at lower volumes, possibly it won't have the energy to start bringing sand in. So that's something we could look at. So if not, at some point we'd be required to either plug that off, which is it's an endeavor in itself, or to reduce the diameter from the 20-inch down to a 4-inch, and which then you're never going to be able to use that for anything else. Again, we have the tank, the pump house, the power going up there. I think that is an option to look at. If we could get a 300 or 400 gallons a minute out of there, which is similar to what we have out of well 2, or
Won't that be kind of an integral component of bringing the water down from?
it very well could be, because you still have a tank there, and it's going to keep utilizing an asset the district has. And again, in the summer months, that's where we're kind of up against. We like to have a 20% buffer per se. If the well does go down, we're not running on. I guess when I say 20%, that's on production capacity. That we're not up against, pumping 100% of what we can. So that could be another economical way of additional source water for our system. And that's something along with well 1. This next fiscal budget, we have enough to do one or the other. Well 1 or a well 30 possibility.
I think well 1 would have priority.
Yeah,
For the
correct.
public's interest, we're the proud owners of probably one of the deepest water wells in the world, and you have to put a pump down there so strong that when it kicks in, it pulls up the sand. Isn't that right?
Yeah, it can draw it in. There's possible holes in the screened area, and that energy can bring it in through those.
I think we had pull pump twice, haven't we?
It's a couple times more than that.
And the last time we had
seven
this
times.
big bill, and I suggested to the pump company, they said, we'll just give you the pump for the bill. And I said, we don't want that pump. Where would we ever use it? So anyway, we've got it. You people only paid $9 million for it.
Last time they pulled that pump up, a bunch of Chinese artifacts. And there was a guy hanging on there.
There's some Chinese,
Give us our pipe back.
One additional aspect, if we look at that, is if we pump it at a reduced volume, you know, gallons per minute, it could be set up higher possibly, so it wouldn't have to be set as low, which would save cost and, anyways, the pumping water level would be not as low either, and so it'd actually be more efficient, or less cost to pump.
You kinda have to balance that off what the cost of drilling a new well would be long.
Correct, and that's-
The gallonage you could get out of it, so.
and we can
Why not?
incorporate that whole system into the Nickel Creek sometime maybe.
Possibly to the Mike and Notch
Possibly.
spring up there. That one, it comes down Cabin Canyon, and that's, well 30 is right in the mouth of Cabin Canyon, so it could be tied in. And again, there's already the, I believe it's 10-inch line that goes all the way up to that point. So yeah, it's, infrastructure's there for that use. And I attended the Bunker Irrigation Company meeting, and they discussed the new diversion that's being constructed here. I just received an email today that I think it's going to be the next 10 days or something of that nature to actually start that construction process. But along with that, the irrigation company received a grant from NRCS, but it requires a 25% matching. And the irrigation company assessed a special assessment of $140 a share. And we have 59 shares, and so we'll have to pay out before June 1st, $8,260 for our portion of what we require there. And also spoke with Forestry, and they've provided the draft of the Bunkville Secondary System Study, and hopefully here in the next little while that can be presented. That's.
Thank you, Aaron.
Hey, Aaron, can you bring us up to date on the applicants for the general manager position and the other positions, maybe?
Sure.
And
Good question. Mary and I completed the pre-screening, and there's 10 applicants that kind of grouped together, kind of distanced themselves. Today we made phone calls to schedule the phone interviews, and so far we have 4 of them that have confirmed a time, and we're still waiting to hear back from the other. One actually declined, and we're waiting to hear back from the other 5 on a time and date, or on a date. I'm sorry, on a time. And then go from there after that.
What was the total number of applicants you received?
I believe it was 54, right around 54 applicants.
You asking for the general manager?
Correct. There's 54 applicants that applied.
Are the 9 that are left, are any of them local, or is this all out of state?
No, there are some within state in the local area. Yes.
How's our public? We were gonna have 3 people from the
Yeah,
public on it.
that's
Have we got them all in? Have we got
4 actually.
You know, I can't. Do you know how many we have right now that have
It's around 6,
6?
7 maybe.
how many?
And
I told him probably 15.
that's a date.
So if
So
you guys have anyone else that you'd like to.
So we're all on schedule to.
Could you explain that, what you just said about the public? 6 public, I don't understand.
I didn't hear what your question.
Could you explain what you had just asked?
Well, we're gonna have some members of the public on the committee that will narrow the applicants down to the final 2, I guess. And then the board will make the final decision on. But we want some public input
Okay.
on those. Hopefully we're gonna pick some professional people or people with expertise in water or engineering or something.
So you are making the determination, no one is just calling and saying, I'd like to be a part of this. You're
Right.
making a determination of the requirements.
There's an application
There's an application process.
for the public to be on the board.
Thank you.
They have to sign their life away.
How about the other applications for the other 2 positions?
yeah, Monday we interviewed, I believe 7, and we'll interview 6 more tomorrow. So that's going well. For that, I think there's 239 applications. We had